All right, guys, this is pretty much our first, I guess, real day of me shooting this bow after the limb replacement, the strings and cables, everything getting changed out. So I know sight's going to be completely way off now just because I went up a good bit in poundage. So I'm going to do a little rough video. I wouldn't say this is going to be a video to really truly show you how this dialed proof works, but we'll show you the general aspect of it. We're going to try and get me dialed in here at 20 yards first. And once we get 20 yards established, we'll get the housing here set, locked in, and then take this little factory calibration tape from them, and then we'll probably, I don't know if it'll be 70 or 80, but I'll stretch it and probably use 70, 80 or as my reference is trying to dial in for at least a factory sight tape. We will, once on this bow, probably fully goes through the paces of breaking in, settling in. I'll probably go to a precision cut, honestly, but this will get me at least close so we can at least get shooting here at some local stuff. I still got the safety pin in on the release. These are the best tools right here. If anyone doesn't know what these are that come on the Onyx releases, it's a little safety pin. So when it's raining like it has been, I can theoretically, as long as you got trust in it, you can put an arrow in the bow, draw it back, and shoot it inside the house, and it obviously it doesn't launch an arrow out of the bow. So I mean, they could break, but I got trust in it. So that's what I was doing while it was raining until we could get outside. All right, first shot. I think it's a little low. Yeah, a little low and a little left. All right, so I'm shooting at the little top dot down there. You probably can't see it that well, but it's about a 1-inch black dot down there, and I'm about a half dot probably low and maybe a half dot to the left. So what I'm gonna do here on this proof sight is, most sights, you know, you're gonna come through and you're gonna change right here in your wheel up or down versus my scenario. Normally I'd go down, but what I'm gonna be doing is bottoming that thing out, just locking it back. You're actually gonna come in right here and you're gonna loosen these two screws up right here on your bracket. There's no need to take them all the way out, but just loose enough to where I can actually take this, and I need to go down with mine. So doesn't take much. I will probably move mine maybe like that, probably close to 1/8 of an inch. And just snug it back up. And obviously my shot broke good and I'm left. I'm just gonna go ahead and move it to the left. Same thing, you got your little unlock and lock right here for your windage. So I'm gonna just unlock that and then move the sight over to the left to make up for it. Those ticks right there, and I'm just literally just going to give it a couple clicks, probably something close to that. Lock it back down. Then we'll shoot a second arrow and see where that goes. That one, I believe, is right there where we wanted it in that black dot. I'll probably go pull those arrows. That way I'm not breaking my arrows, just because I only got 3 of them fletched right now. But I'm gonna go pull those and see where that looks. Once again, that was in the little 1-inch dot, but it was a little left. So I'm gonna just go ahead and move this side again and move it over a little bit closer. And I will probably take one more shot and just double check it, make sure everything is right there good, and we'll probably call that good for our 20 and then start trying to walk out to, like I said, we'll probably walk out to 70 or 80 yards, whatever you're comfortable with. I highly recommend at least 60, but any further you can get out than 60, the more accurate your sight tape is actually going to probably end up being. As soon as you start getting out, especially to like 90, 100, 110 plus yards, dialing in that extra long yardage on your sight tape it makes a big difference. That one might have been me. I'll shoot one more. That was still a little left. Elevation is still where we want it. And when y'all are setting these sight tapes up and everything, take your time with them. If you don't think a shot's gonna break, just let down, restart from your whole shot process. Do it again. The worst thing you wanna do is just be honestly pushing shots out and honestly putting them all over the place, and you're gonna end up getting frustrated. You're gonna chase arrows you don't need to be chasing. So just take your time. If you don't think it's gonna be a good shot, just let down and try it again. That one felt perfect. And yeah, that one is literally right where we want it. So I'm comfortable calling that good at 20. The left and right I think was good, but we will dial in left to right as soon as we start getting farther out. But that's close enough to where I feel good stretching it out at a farther distance. All right, so I'm good with that at 20 yards. So I'm gonna just double check these right here once again. Make sure those are nice and snug. And I already knew this was gonna be honestly pretty close to where it needed to be when I came out here, but what you're gonna do is, mine is pretty much already set where I need it for 20 yards, but I got a little sight tape ring here mounted up on it, but you're gonna line that top pin up to that top dash mark, which is essentially your 20 yards, but that's more or less number 1 on your sight tape here. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna move this target back, like I said, probably 70, 80 yards, whatever you're comfortable with. And essentially wherever that top pin indicator is gonna fall at on this number line here, you're gonna take that number and you're gonna correspond it back to the little card that they send you in your sight box. It's honestly not get it probably done today, just because, like I said, don't rush these things. I'm gonna get it close to where I'm maybe shooting within, we'll just say probably like a 6-8 inch circle, and I will probably call it a day, but I will come back out, fine tune it, and really dial in the sight tape. All right, so this is the fun part that's gonna be right here. Is normally I would highly suggest when you're doing this, you can shoot 10, 20 yard increments and slowly step your way back to 280, so you're not just guessing where you're gonna be at on this dial. But I'm gonna probably just guess because I know where it should be, maybe close and roughly, but this is at 80 yards. Actually felt really good. Just have no clue where it went. So my arrow right now is, I'm a little hot, so my arrow that I just shot is actually in that little bitty little 1 inch black dot right above that center big black dot, which is what I'm aiming at. So I'm gonna come in here. You're not gonna be able to see this, but I'm gonna just talk you through it. So like I'm on 30 right now on this number on my sight tape. I'm gonna probably move it to maybe 28, and we'll try that. If I had to guess, that's probably about maybe 10, 11 inches high down there, maybe close to a foot. Left to right seems to be perfect, but we'll shoot this arrow right here, and we'll see what it does after making the adjustment. So that one, the height actually looks pretty good. It's pretty close to center of the big black circle, but it's riding pretty much the left edge of that big circle down there. So before I go moving left to right, I'm gonna check another arrow and send it down there, because my first shot felt honestly a little bit stronger than that second shot did. And my left to right was absolutely perfect on that first one. So we'll send this third arrow down there before we even move anything again, and just really double check ourselves, because no one's perfect. I know I'm not. So yeah, there is shooting a little left. I'm gonna go ahead and move it right and try shooting a three arrow group down there before I go moving any of elevation adjustments again. All right, so we'll show you guys the group that we got going on. It's not a perfect group, but it's, I mean, they're all, I mean, left and right. I mean, all these little differences are honestly probably me, more than likely. I mean, and I will truly say too, is I mean, it's still gonna be me, but this bow is also not 110% properly paper tuned right now. We got it basically shooting close to a bullet hole the other day when we put the limbs and strings and cables on this bow, but there's still a lot of settling that's going to be going in probably here in the next couple weeks, and then we'll go through, and this sight tape's going to get me good enough for the next couple weeks, and then I'll probably bare shaft paper tune it, just because that's what I prefer to do, is bare shaft. But I will do that and then come back and after that do a precision cut sight tape on it and actually put the Garmin on it, shoot it at probably 90 or 100 yards across the chrono, and then shoot it at 20 yards that way. And I highly suggest you guys use precision cut when building these sight tapes. I mean, the factory sight tapes are only going to be so close. I mean, knock on wood, UltraView sights, those factory sight tapes from them, I almost don't even use precision cut, honestly, when I shot their sight. I mean, it's by far the most accurate factory sight tape. The Excels, shooting the land side, I mean, I've had pretty good luck on the factory sight tapes and lucked out getting something really good with it. The dialed archery proof sight that I'm shooting, I've truly not had the best luck on finding a good factory sight tape, at least on my last setup. So just went and used precision cut. I mean, I'm not gonna knock it, because I mean, I'm shooting a dialed because I love the dialed. I mean, I don't really care about, honestly, a factory sight tape. I mean, really, everybody should be using precision cut. Take advantage of it, use it. If you don't know how to use it, I promise you can go to a local pro shop. They will walk you through the full steps if they don't already have it in their system to help you figure it out, or at least can get you in the right direction for it. But there's many good videos on YouTube, so I highly suggest y'all go watch those and try and learn using it that way, because like I said, you'll take all the human error out. All these automated computers are only going to print so much of being truly accurate. Every bow's going to be a little different. Every arrow is going to be a little different. So I suggest doing that, but this is going to show you how to get it at least rough using the factory sight tapes. When we get back up here, I will show y'all where I'm at and how I would put a sight tape back on my bow. I'll probably spend another day truly really dialing in this sight tape. I mean, the group looked good. Some people might say, hey, that looks great, let's go slap a sight tape on it. I'm not really the believer in that. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. Make sure it's consistent, make sure it's where you want it. All right, so as y'all can see at 80 yards, I was roughly on number 28 on this sight tape. So we're gonna come back to this card right here. All right, so this is the sight tape card right here, the selection tape from Dialed. So we're gonna take that because we're gonna need that when trying to find the sight tape. And you got they give you literally a whole stack of them. But I know I'm gonna probably be somewhere on here, because my last bow I was shooting 80 pounds, and you can see where this was at. So obviously now that my bow is currently shooting 90 pounds, I know I'm gonna be somewhere in this should be in this general ballpark, because my arrow weight or anything like that did not change. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna match my 20 up to the 20. Number 28, if y'all can see my line right there. And actually, as you can see, my 28 mark is actually not even at the 80. So that tells me that these factory sight tapes they're not gonna work essentially. The bow's shooting just a little bit too fast, which it does happen. I mean, that's why some companies like UltraView, for instance, they sell speed tapes for like speed bows or anything like that are shooting a little bit faster than a normal bow. So what I might have to do is, there's two things. I could go on Dialed Archery, use their custom sight tape builder, and I could plug everything in and do it that way. But what I'm gonna end up doing with my bow is I'm gonna actually go to precision cut and go in, type in everything, get the Garmin and chronograph the bow at probably 20 yards and then probably 90 or 100 yards. And we'll go that way and get me a sight tape, because sadly I was hoping to get one of these factory sight tapes to work for right now for at least the next couple weeks, until I really wanted to do the final tuning on my bow. But it looks like I'm gonna have to just get one made on precision cut for right now, and we'll just dial it in. So you'd essentially stick it on and wrap it around there just like that. This is a precision sight, precision cut tape right here. It's not a factory one, but it still works the same way. As you put your 20 all the way down to this bow. I could get to like 147, 148, something like that. But then literally I would just leave my sight how it is at 80 yards. And then I'm gonna take my sight tape and this ring here, and I'm gonna slide it onto that sight, and where my 80 dash is, I know that's where I last shot. So I'm gonna line up my 80 to my indicator, lock it down with a set screw here on the top, and then at that point you're ready to rock and roll. You can take that thing, turn it back, and it should, if everything lines up like it's supposed to, that 20 would roll right back to the start for at the bottom on your sight tape. When you round it over, you're going to hit that dead stop on that dialed proof, and it can't rotate anymore. And that's where your indicator should line up with your 20. But that's how you would go from there if you were putting one on and putting it back on your bow. But I will have to get a precision cut made. And y'all just let me know if you want to see maybe a video on how those are made, because I'd be happy to make a video pulling the measurements, everything that's needed, showing you how to take the garment out there, shoot at 20 yards. And then once again, your choice, 80, 90, 100. I recommend somewhere in there. Shooting it over the garment, getting your chrono speeds from that, and getting a sight tape from there.